Today we are doing something absolutely insane in a potential new series called Does It Beat In? This thing has been an absolute tank. We are going to be taking certain molds and plastics and putting them through the absolute test. Today's video, we're going to do the Zone OS in a putter blend plastic. We are going to be putting this disc through the absolute ringer. The first one being running it over 10 times with my car. How many times have you thrown your disc into the street and are praying that the next car doesn't run over it? Well, if you haven't, I have. The next test is going to be throwing it up in the sky, right onto concrete 10 times. I know I've been there multiple times where I have thrown a hyzer that just fades out on me and goes right into the street. And I'm thinking, man, that disc is done for. I'm predicting the Zone OS is going to survive that. So next we have 10 tree throws right into the tree. We all know trees. We all love trees. It only makes sense. And the last but not least, to absolutely try to destroy this disc and see if it'll get beaten in, is we're going to throw it, and I'm talking throw it onto the concrete just to see if we can get a different flight out of the Zone OS. First though, we have to see how this thing actually flies before we go and ruin it. It doesn't even want to go on Annie. Ultra beefy. Guys, I don't even know what I'm doing here. I almost feel bad doing it to this disc. This poor disc. It did nothing wrong. Here we go. Oh, I definitely got it. Oh, this poor thing. Some serious horsepower with the Mazda. Back it up. Back it up. Come on. Come on. Oh yeah. I hope it makes it past stage 1. Or maybe it won't. Oh, it feels like I'm on it right here. We'll just do a couple tire swipes here. Hopefully we don't ruin my tires. I won't lie to you guys, that felt insanely cruel. So let's, I feel like that was enough. I'm not sure how many times I actually went over it. It's kind of hard to tell, but I think we did enough damage for our first test. So let's park it, see where we're at. Oh, we definitely put it through the ringer there. Got a couple little gashes too. This is actually insane. Now we have a puddle top Zone OS. Those tire scrapes maybe went a little too hard. All of the bottom is scraped up. We even have 2 little dents in the front here where it looks like rock was underneath it, and it almost poked a hole through it. That was kind of scary. That could have been game over on test 1. We have 3 to go. Let's see how this thing flies. What's your guys' prediction here? Did we do enough damage right out of the gate? Really, the most of the damage is on the underneath of the rim here. No, it's still so beefy. I feel like that's pretty similar to the first time. It might be slower actually, maybe a little slower. The first time I threw it, it's like it didn't even want to go on Anheuser. That time it kind of held for a little bit longer. I don't know, maybe that's my doing. The real test though is if this thing flips up the flat. Let's try to throw it on a hyzer flip. If it flips up the flat, we know we 100% did damage. There's more work to do. There's more work to be done. Next stage. Next test, hyzers into the street. Kind of like this one. Oh boy. Oh, that hurts all of us. That hurts all of us. Where you at, drone? Let's see if we can get all the way to the drone. We can't, but grenade. Come on, baby. Oh. Bingo. Oh my goodness. I am so sorry, disc. Oh. Ouch. Oh my goodness. Oh. Like this is not doing that much damage. One more good one. Guys, this rim is absolutely torched right now. But to be honest with you, I don't think the concrete really did all that much harm, considering I feel like there's not a whole lot of force coming down on those hyzers. But our last one is literally just pounding it into those concrete, and I think that's where it's gonna do some serious damage. I don't know, but let's test this thing out once again. I don't think it's gonna be that much different, but we're gonna find out. It might be a little less stable. I don't know. It's still overstable though. You can kind of see how it fights. Wait, no. Guys, I actually bombed it that time. It has to be way less stable. That went so much further than the first couple throws. I'm gonna try it again. It went really far compared to the first time before anything happened and compared to the car. It went so much further. Look how long it holds until it pans now. We have definitely beaten some stability out of it. Let's move on to round 3. I'm sorry, but if you've been thrown by me before, you're definitely gonna find a tree, and you're about to find 10 of them here. Stage 3, 10 shots into a tree, and I'm absolutely gonna smoke this disc into this tree. Oh, 1. Oh my. Throw 2. Try to get around the tree. Nope, bang. That's relatable. We'll give him one easy one. One easy one. Try to play catch with the basket. Nope. Tree in the way. Need to put down a roller. Nope. Tree in the way. That was like full power into a tree. Damage has definitely been inflicted, but this disc and this plastic did shockingly well. I thought each and every side was gonna be like indented in like this, but it's really not. We actually only had one time where that really happened and where it's really warped. And I'll try to get a close-up of that. But overall, it did shockingly well compared to the pain that we just inflicted on it. Now we have to throw it again, get that test, and on to the final stage. Nope, it's still got its stability. It's not like it's a beaten in piece of junk. Like, it still has its stability. Personally, I think that it just doesn't dump out as fast. But I feel like on camera, that's gonna be way hard to see. It's still got its overstability. This thing is an absolute tank. I do think it holds straighter for a little bit longer. See, I just don't think it's toppling over as fast. But once again, stability is still there. All right, guys, last test. And this one, I think, is gonna be pretty serious when it comes to damage taken. We're just gonna throw this thing, basically Hulk smash it onto the concrete here and see how it can do. I mean, this thing has taken so much damage today, but it's still flying nice and stable. I feel like it's beating us so far. Let's see how it does after this. And these are gonna be crucial blows. Oh my gosh. Imagine that came back and smacked me in the face. I was actually semi-terrified. This thing has been an absolute tank. James Conrad. 6, 7, 8, 9. Last one. There's no cracks though, which is good. Last one, 10. All right, I think that should do something to the flight. Maybe not though, who knows at this point. This thing is absolutely obliterated. Everything we wanted to do to it has now been done, and this is what it looks like. What the heck? You can definitely tell it's been through the ringer, but there's no holes in it, even though there was almost a couple holes that started when we ran over it with the car. But other than that, it's just dinged up, and that's about it, other than how warped it is now. But I'll be honest with you, I've had a few jawbreaker zones that have looked the same way. Oh my goodness. There's only one thing left to do. I have basically made a Zone OS GT because it has a ton of thumb grooves in it now. I think that's GT. Will it hyzer flip? Dude, it's still stable. I genuinely feel like we went from a Zone OS to a Zone. And I really thought we were gonna go from a Zone OS to like a super beaten in jawbreaker zone. What do you guys think? My goodness. Well guys, that is gonna do it for my video trying to beat in the Zone OS. Will it beat in? It did, but I feel like we only won the battle and this thing won the war. Absolutely insane with the stability that it kept, in my opinion. Like I said, I think we went from a Zone OS to a Zone, and I thought it'd be way more flippy by the time we were done with this challenge. Let me know down in the comments what you think. Should I do this with another disc? I definitely think I need to do better when I start the video with the comparison. Like, I didn't get shots of this thing before it was all beaten up, and I regret that. I also regret not getting distances when we first started, because to be honest with you, I think that's one of the main things I saw here, is I think it went a little bit further than the first couple of throws, which would tell me that we did kind of lose some stability out of the disc, but it's still stable. So I feel like if I gave this to the average arm speed, they're gonna see a zone out of it instead of a zone OS. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and we will see you in the next one.